Hello everyone, my name is Shraddha Gautam. Today we are here with a very interesting topic. You all would have that since your childhood, but let's throw some light on today what we have learned from our childhood. The topic that we would discuss is beliefs. When I said the word beliefs, what comes to our mind? Any question, any guesses? I mean, some may think it's a reality. Some may think it is a perception. So, moreover, what is a belief? Belief is description of reality we think is true. In other words, let's take a small story. I would relate it with my childhood. When I was a kid, we used to go and play in the nearby playground at our house. One day, my sister and me, we went to play and we were accompanied by some beautiful small cubs, dogs. So, they were playing along with us. Suddenly, one of them, he wanted to play with me and I thought he's running after me. I ran for life like hell. I fell down and the dog was near me. He might would have asking what happened, but I thought he's there to eat me up. I was so frightened that from then till now, I believe that dogs are dangerous and whenever they run after you, it is an alarming call. You have to rush or you have to throw them back. This is beliefs. Now, we all would have some beliefs. Some would be positive, some would be negative. So, again, description of reality we think is true is called beliefs. We may define it by other definitions like an acceptance to something without any proof is also called beliefs. Proceeding further, we have two types of beliefs. Some are positive that may have a positive impact on your life, whereas some are negative which may impact you and your life in a negative way. So here are some examples of what we call a positive belief. Positive beliefs are every failure or a mistake is a learning opportunity. Now it happens with students. When we are in school and we pass an exam with good marks, what is it? We are motivated, we are highly motivated and we think that yes, if we do hard work, it's a good opportunity. Similarly, we have given an examination, we score less. Now, we have to take that as an opportunity saying that the failure or the bad marks are giving us a lesson to learn again. The second is, I am capable, I am strong, I am competent, I am worthy. These are certain beliefs that would give you motivation to do good, motivation to success and to take success in life and motivation to have a different perspective to how you look life. Now, along with this comes negative beliefs. Negative beliefs, as by words suggest, something that demotivates you or pulls you down. Now, it can be anything. Let's not talk about school. Let's talk about family. Let's talk about friends. Okay? We have a circle. Suppose there are 4 friends. 2 of them, they believe that when a cat crosses the way, something bad would happen. 3 of them believes that it is just a belief, it doesn't have any impact on our life. Now, 3 of them has a positive belief and 3 of them has a negative belief. Now, it impacts our life saying, taking an example of 2 friends, Edward and Mike. They are going on a adventure trip to a village searching for some flora and fauna. Suddenly, while on there, they were talking and they were moving together, they encountered a black cat who crosses their way. The moment the cat crosses the way, Mike said, Edward, let's stop here and wait until somebody else comes. Whereas Edward, who is strong and says, it's just a superstition, let's go and do our work. Both of them crosses the way, but Mike, who on one end has a negative belief, thinks something bad would happen and is not able to give his 100% towards searching the assignment that he is gone. On the other hand, Edward, who has a positive belief saying that it's just a superstition, a cat has to go to her house and that's why she crossed our way, succeeds in his assignment of searching flora and fauna. So, negative beliefs would impact you or demotivate you. Certain negative beliefs are mistakes and failures are bad. Let us go back to our childhood again. When a small girl or a boy drinks milk in a glass cup, because we are kids, because we are small, suddenly the glass falls down and it's broken. The moment the glass is broken and the milk is on the floor, you get a shouting or you get a scolding from your parents saying that you can never take things correctly or you always break the glass. This is what? This is a belief From then you think whenever I would take the glass in my hand, it would break, and that is how the belief developed. Okay, certain beliefs which are negative are mistakes and failures are bad, I am not good enough, I am not competent, I have nothing valuable to say. See, these accompany your personality in a negative way. Giving example of the last one, I have nothing valuable to say, what we have encountered, certain examples would be, I've came across an example today. In a class, when we were learning a different chapter, every student was coming up with a new example except 2 or 3. When I asked them to stand up and give me a point and ask them to say something about the topic, what was the answer? Ma'am, we don't think we can input or we can give a good point. This is what they believe, that they cannot give a good point, or they think that they have nothing valuable to say. So how is it impacting them? It is impacting their personality. They are not able to speak. Okay. Now what we will discuss now is how our beliefs form. See, what happens is beliefs are formed during the interactions in childhood. We have discussed several examples earlier, like of a girl who was drinking milk in a glass cup. The glass fell down. She was scolded by her mother, and suddenly the belief developed that whenever I'll hold a glass, it would break. So this is what a belief. So the beliefs are formed during our interactions in childhood, and the only way to eliminate negative belief is to go back to the root cause in the past and eliminate it there. Because they are formed at our childhood, see, at the age of from 1 to 4, our brain is like a white A4 size sheet. Whatever comes there, it becomes bold and it stays with us till the end of our life. So we have to eliminate the beliefs by peeping into the past and seeing what exactly has created that belief, and then we have to eliminate it by interpreting the incident or the situation. If we talk about impact of beliefs, as I discussed, it has two different impacts. One is positive and other is negative. Taking example of 2 students, both of them are given opportunities. Now, we all know that whenever we get an opportunity, it may be difficult, it may be easy. So, one of our friend is looking the particular chance as an opportunity, because of which he is empowered, and that is how he has seen the world, that every opportunity or every chance is an opportunity through which we can prove we are good, we are competent, we can do that. Similarly, we have a second child who believes that whatever chance is given to him seems a problem. He always finds no solution to whatever he say. So how he would take is, he would be disempowered, and this would become his belief, and this is how he would see every upcoming situation in his life, and would believe that everything that comes to me is a difficulty. It is very difficult to do this, it is very difficult to do that. That is how we form negative beliefs. Eliminating negative beliefs. See, very simple yet difficult. We have to take a step. We have to identify, before we eliminate, we have to identify that what we actually believe is not correct. How we have to do that is, sit and think what you believe. Suppose I come to office daily, one day I have a bad mood, and I suddenly start believing that my whole day would go bad just because I have a bad mood. So how will that impact me? It will impact me as I am not in a good mood. I will not put 100% effort throughout the day. I would always be thinking, if I do this, this would happen. If I do that, this will happen. So we have to identify, because my mood is bad, how can it impact my whole day? You simply have to believe that the day depends on how you start it. You have to start it with a good smile. You have to start it with a positive note, saying, I have a lot to do today and I'll give my 100%. That is how you can eliminate negative beliefs. This is one way. The second way, certain beliefs, as I told you, are formed in our childhood, which may be very difficult to believe. Some of the kids have a phobia from different things like water, like height, like fire, like some of us feel hesitant, or some of us feel hesitant while speaking in front of the class or audience. This is why? Because once in your childhood you would have done that, and you would have come across something which had caused a sort of hesitation in you. This is why we think that we are not able to speak, we are not able to stand up for the correct, we are not able to ask questions wherever required. So to eliminate them is to go back to the past and seek interpretation to what you have done. Telling a story again. I was in class 5th and we used to narrate English news every day. Being a child in class 5, I was not very comfortable with the English newspaper that used to come. I wrote down the news. I was so nervous that I could not go to the stage. 1 week passed away and my teacher came and said, you have to read news today. I was so nervous. I was again and again thinking, would I be able to do that or not? One of my friends who was equally good in English came to me and said, you just have to look at the paper and read whatever is written. This was how I was able to go to the stage and read the news, and I got appreciation. So what requires is just a step. You just have to take a step forward, and that is how you would reach success. Negative beliefs, on the other hand, if we talk about childhood, they come till your end. But there are some beliefs which you form at the former age, which can be hard work is not required nowadays, only smart work is required. It can be correct in some situations and scenarios, but then hard work is required. If you know something, that is how you can do it smart. So you have to believe that you are good. You have to believe that you are competent. You have to believe that you have the ability to do anything and everything. Let us discuss the story of Hanuman. Every one of us is aware about the Ramayana story. Let us take an incident from that story. When Sita was kidnapped by Ravan and she was kept in Lanka, there was a huge sea which separated the borders of India and Sri Lanka. Now, the Vanar Sena along with Ram and Lakshman, they had to cross this big sea to reach Lanka and find Sita, which was a big task. The sea we don't know how much deep it is. Nobody was ready to swim and go the next side. Everybody, including Jamban, were discussing with their team how to go back that side. Now, one of them said that why can't we swim or why can't we take a leap? Now, when it came to leap, Jamban said, okay, let's discuss how many of us can take leap more than 500 meters. There were very less Vanars who were able to do that. Suddenly, what Jamban did, he knew that Hanuman has the ability to do that. Now, he went to Hanuman, he quoted an incident. He asked him to take a leap and go to Lanka and find Sita there. Hanuman on the other end was not confident that he can do that. Jamban then reminded him of an incident in his past when he was a child. He was playing with his mother. Suddenly, the rising sun seemed like a ripe fruit. He thought that it's a fruit and I could go and grab it. The moment he flew up and he was about to grab that fruit, he realized that it was a sun, and before that, King Indra got angry and threw his Vajra at him, because of which Godwind, the father of Hanuman, went angry and he went to Shiva to discuss this. Because of which Hanuman felt that I did a mistake by flying high, that is why he never took a leap again. Telling this story, Hanuman's confidence broke up. He stood up and said, yes, I can take a leap. Just saying the sentence, he felt enormous strength in him. He flew to Lanka, he found Sita, and that is how he was able to defeat Ravan along with Ram and Lakshman. So what is the moral of this story? The moral of this story is you just have to take one step. You just have to think that you can do it, and that is how you have reached the goal. Now let us discuss the ladder approach. Very simple. We all would think it is very difficult to eliminate a belief. I agree to you some way, but if you do it once, it becomes very easy. At the first instance, we think or we say, I won't be able to do that. What takes is, I can't do it. The first step towards doing it is, I want to do it. If you want to do it, then you will see how to do it. What are the ways? What is the easier way? What is the difficult way? Why is it easier? Why is it difficult? Then you would say, I would try to do it, or I will try to do it. If you have a willpower, definitely you would get a way and you will do it. Second would be, I can do it, I will do it, and the final is, I did it. This is the ladder approach. See, it has come from I won't do it till yes, I did it. Very simple, but yes, you have to take one step and say, I want to do it. If you have that urge of doing something, it would help you. Similar terms with beliefs. As beliefs, they sometimes demotivate you. Sometimes you think that I cannot do anything better. You just have to bring a positive thought in your mind and say, yes, I can do it, or I want to do it, or I want to eliminate my belief. You would definitely be able to succeed it with the help of positive thinking and willpower. So I hope it has helped you to identify some of your negative beliefs. In case of any feedbacks, please feel free to contact me through email shraddha.gautam@absengineering@abs.ac.in. Thank you.